Hello and welcome to another episode of the Affinity podcast. And today we have Kaajal in the hot seat, one of my long members, one of my long-standing members. She's been with me now for more than a year, no, Kaajal?
18 months.
18 months, yeah. Long time. Part of the furniture almost. But she's she's done amazing and Kajal is going to be leaving Affinity very soon. So let's have a look at where she is, how her journey has gone. So Kajal, I'll hand over to you. Just introduce yourself. Who are you? Your name? What do you do? Children, etc., etc. Go for it.
Okay. Hi, I'm Kaajal. I'm 40 something. I tell a lie, I'll be 50 next year. I live in London. I have two children, one at university and one in high school. I'm married. I have been in London for the past 20 odd years. All of that time, I've been working as a management consultant. So I do management consultancy for banks. Can be a pretty full on job, but I have done it for coming up to 25 years now.
Amazing, amazing. So, what was it? What was it? Why did you come to us? Why did you want that change?
I think the one memory that I have that I think, okay, this is what did it and got me thinking because it wasn't immediate. I didn't reach out immediately. Was we were on our summer holidays in 2023. Everybody was going on the jet ski with the balloon thing up in the air, and they said, "Oh, we have to just weigh you so we know what harness to put on you." And I was like, I don't know what I'm going to weigh. It wasn't that I was conscious of, I know exactly what the scales are going to show, but I didn't know what I was going to weigh because I was conscious that I had put on weight just through, COVID years, etc. But I also didn't want to get on it for then everybody to know what that number was, even if I didn't know. And I thought, no, I need to do something because I want to do that. Like the kids want to do it, and I want to be part of doing something with them. So that's when I consciously thought, okay, I need to do something. And then I reached out in January of 2024. The old cliche of it's a new year, maybe have a New Year's resolution, etc. And had a conversation with Nick and then went from there.
Good, nice. Okay. And what was it like before? So, a day in the life of Gaja, like before you joined us, when you were on holiday, or even before your holidays, what was your daily routine?
So, from a work perspective, very much run to work, make sure everybody's leaving on time. So normal, I would say. I'm not a breakfast person, so it wasn't a case of, grabbing something that was unhealthy or anything like that. I'm vegetarian, so I've always eaten a lot of fruit, vegetables, etc. But especially through COVID, and then it's just the nature of my work, or had become the nature of my work. It's very easy to sit down in the morning at my desk, be it working from home or be it in the office, and then grab something at lunchtime without thinking, just the fact that you want to eat something or need to eat something, come home, cook something quickly again. Again, it all involves fruit, vegetables, etc. But there was no like conscious thought. It's like I need to eat something, we need to make something. And there was a variety. So we a lot of variety. Um, but I didn't have the knowledge and I didn't have the understanding around portion control. But one big thing for me has been just that regular movement and the overall mobility and moving. So, could I walk? Yes. Did I get out of breath climbing the stairs, etc.? No, not at all. So I didn't have any physical signs that I thought, okay, maybe I need to do something. And the weight is, causing me other issues. But now looking back, I realize that there were some days where I might, especially if I've been working from home because I've not had the commute to work, I could have done 1,000 steps by the time it reaches 6 p.m. if I'm lucky, right?
Yeah.
Because I've gone from upstairs to downstairs. That's my commute to work. I sat at my desk, maybe eating something at lunchtime, etc., but not had then that mobility. So that has changed, you know, definitely. But that was a normal day in the life. And now when I look back and look at my stats on my watch, I can see there were days where I was not consciously thinking about whether I'd actually moved from my desk all day. And it was very common also to during the COVID years, which is when a lot of the weight came on, to finish in the evenings, everybody's at home, have dinner, and then go back to work as well. So there was not that separation between me, like personal life and work life as well, which has changed now.
When you say you used to grab things at work, like to eat before you came home and things like that, are you talking about you'd grab things from outside, like takeaways, and you wouldn't be taking food from home?
Yeah, I wouldn't take food from home. I mean, I would take my. It was hard enough carrying my two laptops to work because I always have a client laptop and I have my work laptop. At best, I always have a water bottle, and that was about it. And because you always know that food is accessible, so I largely work in Canary Wharf or in the city. So there's loads of different places that you can grab food. Like food was not a priority; it was a necessity almost that I'll eat when I need to, and I can always grab something from somewhere.
Yeah. And where are you now? Let's talk a little bit about your results, the time that you've been with Affinity, um, how you're feeling, how many kilos we're down. By the way, how many kilos are we down?
26.
26 kilos. Amazing. 26 kilos down, how you're feeling in terms of change in body composition and what your day is now. What is your day like now, your routine?
So body composition wise, I mean, lots of people measure it by dress size and stuff as well. So depending on if it's the top half or the bottom half, at least two, if not three sizes. Dare I say this? And it might be because there's a trend for baggier clothes. I have bought size small in some items, which I'm astounded by, just in terms of the label. Um, so yeah, dress size has gone down all over, and it's pretty visible. I still have a few old items from before. They can't stay up without a belt or significant effort, to keep them up. Every day now, work wise. So from a weekday perspective, I take everything that I consume. I take with me from home. I'm not a breakfast person generally, anyway, so it's less about breakfast. But from a lunch perspective and snacks, what I've realized is when I eat, I like to feel like I've eaten. So the volume is important for me, and therefore considering more fruit, vegetables, things like that as snacks rather than just as part of the sandwich or the salad or whatever else I'm eating has become important. So every day I've got, these cute little snack boxes which have got different sections. So I have 3 or 4 different fruits or snacks that I take with me. It could be, I don't know, some tomatoes and cucumber or 2 different types of fruit. And then I will take, usually I'll try and make on a Sunday, I'll try and make lunch for 3 days at least, which is the same lunch every single day. So it doesn't change. But it's extended to not just be for me, it's for my husband as well. So we both take the same things, we both take the same snacks every day as well. So that is every single day. I go to work with a very heavy bag, but it means I have a level of control. But also, I think it through. So if I know that I'm going out, because I sometimes have to go out with clients or with my team, etc., then I will manage how much I take in with me, or I will still take the same amount, but I'll eat something just before I go out so that I'm managing how hungry I might feel or what I might end up eating or drinking whilst I'm out as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's just become normality. Normality is also there's a set of scales next to the cooker. There's another set of scales, a separate one on the dining table at all times. And there's a notepad, right? There is always a notepad there where either I've written down all of the ingredients that were in it, or this is the pan weight, this is the food weight, etc., because I've worked out my portion size. But that's just normality. And the kids, if they see me not weighing something, they're like, "Oh, do you not need to weigh this? Mummy, you need to make sure that that's weighed, because how do you know what calories are in there?" Because so they're my conscience as well. So that's another thing that is different, is that the family, not just my immediate family in the house, but have helped me to just be always on it and be conscious for me. So even down to if I visit certain family, especially my sister's family, etc., she will weigh things out for me and she'll say, this is the ingredients in here, this is how much oil I've used or not, etc. But over time, it's been 18 months now, I have learned anyway. And
Yeah.
she knows, and I know myself, I can look at something pretty much and be ballpark plus or minus 50 calories. I can just about guesstimate it, which is useful, right? It allows you to be normal, but that's just become normal, right? It's I don't consciously now consider, can I eat this or can I not eat this? I'm almost doing the mental maths all the time of knowing it's roughly it's within target. So it's just become normal, Jamie. It's
Yeah.
just
It's the way of life now, right? It's the way of life. And I think you've got more of a work-life balance now as well.
yeah, I've consciously made time for myself. So I talked a lot there about the food side, but from a making time to go for a walk, I've become quite stubborn about it, to be honest, in terms of I will not go to sleep. If I
Yeah.
can help it, it's in my control without doing 10,000 steps. I've been known to come home from work pretty late and then force my husband out for half an hour just so that I can get those final, 3,000 steps in and get over the 10K mark. But again, that's normal. And with family as well, so catch up with somebody and say, oh, why don't we meet here? And then we can walk towards this other place, or I'll meet you one stop early and let's just walk. That's
Yeah.
just, yeah, that's just become normal as opposed to where I live in northwest London. I would never have dreamt of saying, let's just walk to Sainsbury's because it's over half an hour walk away. Now I think I have to pick up one item, I just walk and go
Yeah.
and get it and come back. And yeah, it's life now. It's just our I say our because it's for me, my husband as well. We're both doing, he's not formally doing this with Affinity, but he has absolutely benefited as well. Visibly, you can see the weight loss, both of us, and everyone has noticed as well. Mine is more significant, but even in him, in terms of what he's achieved. So yeah, it's an
Nice.
investment, of course, but it's been worthwhile.
Yeah. And along this 18 months that you've been with us, what's been your biggest learning?
Um,
I think there's been a lot that you've
there's been
learned.
yeah, there's been quite a few. I mean, I talked about the movement and how important movement is, and just how much of a difference that can make, whilst obviously looking at what you're eating and learning about what you're eating is not just a case of I've only got 1,400 calories and I've got now 200 left. What can I find? It's like, well, the most efficient way for me would be 200 calories of something with protein in it, because then that's going to keep you going for this much longer. And I hadn't understood the protein impact. Actually, that's been big. The protein impact has been massive.
Mm.
Things like fat, sugar, it's obvious, that's not, they're not healthy. They're going to have more calories. But the protein side of things, that has been a big learning for me. Absolutely. And the other learning I would say as part of this, for those of you, for those people who are already part of Affinity, is to I found myself being quite vulnerable with you, right? So from a coach perspective, just to be honest, if you've blown the diet for the weekend or for the day, or I don't want to say this in public, who might watch this, drank a bottle of Prosecco, okay, you've done it, you've gone out, you've enjoyed it, to draw a line under it, but to be honest, not to hide it, right? To track it all, put it all down, have the conversation, send the message, whatever, from a coach perspective, and then say, okay, this is now how I'm feeling, or this is what I want to do about it. And that for me took trust, right? It took the me developing a relationship with you from a coach perspective, but it didn't come automatically to me. I think initially I was very sort of transactional. I've sent you a photo, I've sent you some calories, I've sent you some information.
Mm.
So that has helped, right? And I think that's the difference between maybe joining up for a few months versus joining up for a longer period. It's not just about getting to lose some weight and see some gains, but your relationship develops in different ways that you can benefit from as well.
Yeah. I mean, it's been quite good. We've had 6 a.m. conversations as well.
Yeah. I won't
Had
say well, yes.
had a heavy night out, and the thing is that you've been honest every single day. So even if you've had a night out and you know you're hanging the next day, you've been honest with me. You've been like, look, Jamie, I've done this, and what do you want me to do now? So, but you've been honest, and that's how this works, right? It's the consistency and the honesty, which has been amazing.
I realize that, I look around and I see some people, oh, it doesn't matter. I'll start my, diet another day, etc. And I'm like, well, I could have done that. The only person I'd be lying to alongside you is myself. So
Yeah.
what's the point, right? I'm doing this for me. So there's no point in me trying to lie about it or
Yeah,
whatever else, right?
yeah, exactly. So there must have been times where you've lacked motivation along the whole journey. There must have been days where you think, oh, forget it. I don't want to do this today. I want to go out. I want to have fun. I want to do this. I want to do that. You don't want to go for a walk and things like that. Just like even basic things, right? Motivation lacking. But what was it that kept you going?
Um, when I on my phone, there's some apps obviously that we use as part of this journey. I've put all of the apps that relate to this journey with Affinity in something called investment. So the
Oh, wow.
category is investment. So it's all in my phone under investment. And when I get to that point where I think, oh, I don't want to go for a walk, or I've already done more than an average of 10,000 steps, so I could justify not, I've overachieved on some days, so I don't have to go. I kind of look at that and go, well, you're doing this because it's an investment. It's not because you're forced to. Like you're taking this investment in yourself. So you have to put some effort into it. And that's usually enough. I mean, there are times where it might be, your hormones are up and down and you think, actually, I haven't got the energy for this. But I've actually found, just looking at that, this is the reason why I'm doing it. Even through I've had some back issues, I've had various different things. I still have forced myself to go, even if I can just go only around the block. So I feel like I've moved a bit, it will make me feel better because it's just become so much a part of me that if I don't do it, I miss it. So whilst that motivation might have waned here and there, I've gone straight back on it. It's not been okay. I've let it go on for days and days and days. Exercise aside, we'll come to maybe talk about exercise. But the whole being in control, managing control, the walking, some of the non-negotiable things, is just become part of me. Like I get irritated if I don't do it. I've had a I've had a recent holiday. On that holiday, it's fantastic. But I was so happy to get back home as well and be able to get back into control on, I don't have to go from a car from here to here or go via a transport system. I can just go for a walk. I can eat what I want, which is, when you're visiting family, you want to indulge and you want to be part of what everyone else is doing. But then there comes a time I was like, I'm glad to be back because this is now normal weekdays, normal routine. Splurge on holidays, plan lots of things on holidays, etc. Um, so yeah, like genuinely, the change is here for good
Yeah.
now. Um, so it's enough. It's been enough for me that investment thing on my phone, which I'm going to continue to have even after I've finished with Affinity. I'm going to continue to monitor from a MyFitnessPal perspective, just because I actually like the control it gives me. It's kind of my nature. If there's things that I can, not in a controlling sense, but manage and control, it's better for my head, right? It's just easier.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's. I wish I'd known about it in my 20s. I wish I'd learned some of these things way back then.
I don't think you needed it in your 20s.
Well, I try to say that to my son now, which is, you're fine now. You can do whatever you like.
Yeah.
When you're my age, maybe not.
Good. Nice. Okay. And so now you've done it. You've done the weight loss. You're where you want to be. What's next? What's next for you in maintenance? What is next for you? What do you see yourself doing now in terms of exercise, joining the gym, going to some classes, nutrition? I know you're going to keep on track of. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Nutrition is non-negotiable. The
What's
walking
next for
is,
you now?
yeah, non-negotiable. The gym side of things, or let's say the exercise element of it, I now need to navigate. So previously, where I thought, okay, you can't do this because you've got to make the same food or different food, and that might be hard to manage, etc. Or you've got a holiday to come, so don't do it now, do it later, etc. were reasons, and I'm glad I didn't listen to all of those reasons. So I now have to go into a new chapter. So I might be in touch from that standpoint, just to help navigate it. Um, what I know though in myself is I've liked doing it with somebody. So for me, like even the walking, the food, my husband has been very much part of it as well. So I need to maybe think about something that I can do alongside somebody with someone as well, because I find that easier. Just find that easier and it's more fun, maybe, I don't know,
Yeah.
rather than just pushing myself to do something. So
It's time
I'll
to
let you
drag
know.
the
Watch
husband
this
to the
space.
gym. It's time to drag the husband to the gym now.
Yeah, I have suggested it. I'll tell him Jamie said so.
Yeah. Okay. And finally, what three tips would you give someone starting out or sitting on the fence or they're listening to this podcast today, right now, and they're thinking of hitting that button and contacting Affinity, but they're feeling a little bit demotivated or don't know if they should start or not? What three tips would you give somebody?
There is never a right time. You will always have a reason that you need to do something with the kids. The kids are young, old, you've got family, weddings, holidays, something else coming up. And Affinity can help you to navigate all of those things. So there is never a right time, so don't wait. Do it now. Second tip I'd give is if you do embark on this journey, tell everybody that you're doing it. Because whilst you are there and your coach will help to hold you to account, others will as well. And you can't underestimate how powerful actually that can be, and how much support you can gain from other people. Obviously, it makes a massive difference once you visibly start to see differences. But just in terms of starting out in the journey, just tell others what you're thinking about and why you're thinking of doing it. And the final one is like, be honest, right? Be honest with what you are doing. If you, I don't know, are having another packet of crisps, or you're thinking, oh no, let me just take another spoonful of that, etc. It's fine. It happens, but just be honest about it, because I know there've been days where I think, I wonder why that hasn't shifted, and then I look back, and I know exactly why, but I've been honest about it. I'm not trying to say that I'm special, because I know others have as well. But if I hadn't, you would almost think, oh, I've made this investment, right? Why is this not working? Uh, and sorry to give maybe it's a fourth point, Jamie, you made me just think of, is like, you have made this investment. If you are not going to be all in, right, you won't get as much as you can out of it. But if you are, then you will get so much out of it, which will not just change the way you look, the weight on the scales, the dress size, whatever. For me, it's been a family change as well. It's changed my relationships, it's changed the things that I focus on, etc. So be honest with your coach. There's never a right time. If you're going to do it, just be all in, right? And those of you who are already in the Affinity group, use the chat group. You can get so much support from there, as well as your coaches as well. I did personally, especially in my first year. And so I would urge you all to
Yeah.
sign up.
Yeah, nice, good. Thank you, Kaajal. So whoever's listening, and if anyone's interested in passing this on to a friend, family member, then please do so. And we will see you on the next podcast. Thank you, Kaajal.
Thank you.